Aloha, all my paranormal people. Lamech here at Insane Disappearances. I just want to say, I wanted to apologize, again because of, it's been so long since I made a video. Like I mentioned before, my last video, my grandmother passed away on August 5th. So, my mind has been in a lot of places at that point. Just dealing with the fact that someone I truly cared about, she was like the grandmother of all grandmothers. They broke the mold with her. You know, I really loved my grandmother, so or my nana as I always call her. But yeah, so we had to go to her funeral that week after she passed, which was in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and I was very pleased at how they put her away. How we buried her. They had in a very beautiful gown and had on some white gloves. Well, she had on some white gloves. And, she just looked real beautiful. So I'm okay now. So my mind is still it still thinks about her every day because it's like a piece of my life that is gone because I look forward to hearing from her or talking to her on the phone and seeing making sure she's all right and so now I can't do that anymore. I mean I can just not in a physical way, but like I said, I'm good now. So back on track. I want to do a video on the theories about what's going on with these people that are disappearing in national parks. I want to use the paranormal side of the theories because I'm not going to say that the evidence that David Paulides gathers on this and the facts that he puts together about the people that disappeared is not important because it really is, and that helps you kind of get an idea of what's really happening, you know, with these people, because people, they try. He'll say that he don't want to put his spin on what he thinks is happening because if there's no evidence to back up what he says, he don't want the people distrusting him when he's involved in these cases, which I understand completely, and that's a very good way of looking at it, and it's very true. You don't want to say something and then you ain't got no proof to back it up, And most parents are not gonna believe you, that paranormal side of what you think is going on because they just either don't want to believe it or they don't believe it. They always instantly say that I know my child was abducted because that's the only logical reason why a person could disappear like that. But there are other levels why these people are disappearing, whether children or old people alike, or elderly alike. Now, as far as the evidence that has been gathered and the facts that is being gathered or what's going on, you have all these different criteria. You have college age men that are being taken and are being found dead or disappearing, without a trace. They're always found in they're always somehow leaving a bar or a place where people hang out at, and they all of a sudden say that I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go home. They always, for some reason, get tired. So I think that um, whatever this thing is that's taking people, it has an ability to create a scene to where they are going to end up being taken. They get tired all of a sudden and they walk out of the bar. Sometimes they disappear inside the bar and they never they it's like they disappear without a trace right in between, right in the middle of everybody that's in the bar. They said that, I mean, one minute he was there and he was just gone, or he went to the bathroom and he said he'll be right back and he never comes back. Sometimes they could be in the middle of all these people and vanish without a trace. How? I don't know. Maybe they're being taken then, or I don't know. It's weird already, But and then you have canines that seem to never be able to pick up the scent. Okay, they are never able to pick up the scent. They'll walk in a circle and then they just lay flat on the ground and that's it. They can never find the scent. It either gets like they either following the scent and it stops dead right there in the middle of them tracking them, or like say if they come in a fork in the road and the scent goes in two different directions. And you'd be like, well, how is that even possible? Or like I said, however they're being taken, they're obviously being either levitated off the ground so they can't create any tracks or scent for a dog to follow, or they're being elevated somehow, you know, you by means of a UFO. Who knows? Because there have been cases where a person will say, "I can't breathe," and they'll hear this rush of air around them. So they're probably being taken up into the air, you know, in an abrupt manner, and being placed inside a UFO and being taken away and never being seen again. Um, then you have people who are vanishing under the nose of their own family members, like the D.R. Coon story. He was standing. The main point that they're not looking at is that he was standing near his grandfather. He turns his head for a second and looks back, and he just disappears, just like that, within a snap. Okay, that's impossible the to a regular human that doesn't believe in that kind of thing. That doesn't happen, but obviously it does. It's the unknown part of this world. That's the reason why I say that there's a lot of things about this planet that we don't even know about, and we've been here all our lives, for centuries, you know. But what can I say? And then of course there's also the alcohol involvement. You got people who leave these bars. Now some of them don't drink enough to have the amount of the level of alcohol that is being found in their system when their bodies are found. Okay, like you may have one or two drinks, but you have a .02 level of alcohol in your system, maybe a .03. I think the highest that has been found is maybe a .07, maybe, which is you're not able to drive at all. So I mean, because these people when they leave these bars, they're walking away from the bar. Okay, and then they're found thousands of miles away from where they were last seen in an area that should be inaccessible, or the fact it's just the fact that they were there, and they don't think they could have traveled that far. They had to been taken there, you know. Then there's the part where the SAR teams, the search and rescue team, will search one area out of all the areas that they searched 50 times over, and then the 51st time they find a body there at the place where they knew they searched it. So it's like they're watching us do these things, looking for these people, and they mess with your head. They fuck with your head by not having the body there when you're looking for it, and then all of a sudden, boom, they just place the body there, saying, "Oh yeah, now we really gonna mess with their head," and they place the body there and say, well, "Okay, we just searched this area. What the hell's going on?" You know, it's weird, And then of course you have, like I said, the water cases where these men are found in these bodies of water, like creek beds or dry creek beds. Like the Keith Parkins story. He was found in a dry creek bed, in the dead of winter. Okay, barely breathing, but he didn't have his clothes on. So now there's this thing about hypothermia where they remove their clothes because they're getting too hot. Okay, first of all, they weren't gone long enough for them to even experience hypothermia, because I don't know the theories about that, but I just know that's what David Paulides says. But you're talking about a person who is running through these different areas, and they're in the mountains in the snow, and you taking your clothes off. Your feet should have been so frostbitten that they would have to be amputated, but they weren't. So obviously, Keith Parkins was taken in a means where he wasn't touched, and then he was placed there, by some sort of unknown technology. I don't know, but my theory on that, there is some sort of dimensional creature or dimensional travelers who need these people to colonize their world in a cultural sense, because they probably don't have a lot of races on their world. They probably only have one race, and that's their race, whatever this race is. But they need different types of humans to colonize their world, and they need the knowledge of these people to create a world where they have technology, where they have education, or whatever, because you got people who are being taken who have high IQs, and you have astrophysicists. You have professors, teachers. You have people that have love for animals. You have people who are hiking experts. You have people who love to jog, love to exercise. So they're creating a world where they probably don't have, like fitness centers. They don't have schools, but they need all this stuff to create the perfect type of world in their dimension. I don't know. I would think that would be the reason why they're being taken and are never found. Now the ones that are found, they're always found dead, and they're found with no evidence of trauma or struggle or death on their body. There's no bullet holes, no scratches, or no um, no punctures in their body, no stab wounds, no nothing. They're just dead. So either someone stole their soul, or they are zapping the energy from their body to the point where they don't have enough energy to stay alive, and they just die. That's my theory on that. So I would think that could be the reason why there's never any evidence of their body, or it could be the the creature, or the type of person that is taking these people has the ability to inflict pain internally on a person without even laying a hand on them. So I'm thinking they're doing it in a mental way. They're using their mind to create pain in this person, like Henry McCabe. Now think about it. You could hear him over the phone moaning and groaning, but when they found his body, there was no evidence of trauma on or in his body. Okay, he was found face down once again. I'm guessing they found him face down in the creek bed, but they said they found him in the creek bed. They didn't mention the nature of his body. They didn't mention the fact that he was found with no clothes on, or the fact that they couldn't find his shoes. They didn't mention none of that stuff. Okay, but for some reason, the anchor woman was talking over all of the evidence. The fact that he was talking on the phone in his own language, and the fact that he was moaning and groaning. And you couldn't really focus on what you heard. You didn't even hear the part where a man said, "Stop it." Now that was one of the other key points that he said. They would say, and a man said, "Stop it," after you heard that growl, but you didn't hear the man say that. So they, for some reason, left that out. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, those are my ideas of what's really going on. Now, like I said, it could be some sort of dimensional travel that they're going through, which is the reason why they never found these certain people. And I think that they are being taken because they need them for some reason. They need them for procreation. They need them for colonization. They need them for all kinds of things dealing with education or knowledge. You have all these astrophysicists that are being taken. You have people with high IQs that are being taken, and then you have, excuse me, but also you got people who have the young children who have mental disabilities. Like some of them can't speak, or they're too young to talk, because you got your 2-year-olds, and then they have the ability to make you forget, and I mean everything. You have no memory of what happened. You don't know how you were taken. You don't know how you even found. You just wake up somewhere, So it's weird. There's so many theories out there, but there's never any evidence to back up what it is. So I don't think that it's meant to be found out about, because the unknown is just what it is. The unknown. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be said. It's not meant to be discovered. And I'm not gonna say that we'll never find out, but I don't think that they want to find out, which is the reason why they never leave any evidence, and they're very good at that, because every action that is taken is 100%. There's never any evidence found. Humans are required to leave evidence. It's just the way things are, But whatever this thing is, never any evidence found, and I don't think that it's meant to be known by us. We may find all this evidence dealing with what's going on, but I don't think that by it being the unknown is meant to stay that way, unknown. So who knows? But can't spend too much time on this video. I will be bringing some more information on these mysterious disappearances. I'm gonna read up on some more stuff, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So be blessed out there, guys. Aloha, mahalo, and a wheel. Peace.